Believe in who you are. You are a shining star. Say you, say me. Say it together, naturally. Say you, say me. Say it for always. And that's the way it should be.
He'll never give up, he'll stay till he fights one. Bob Hansen is there. Bob Hansen, your wacky next door neighbor. Bob Hansen is there. Bob Hansen. Yowza.
Sweet mother of pearl, I seen weasels with the measles, I seen chumps with the mumps, I even saw a fella with rubella and varicella, and he turned yellow, and let me tell you, it wasn't pretty if you know what I mean, and I think that should don't. What's going on, Bob Squad? Thank you for joining me. Episode 6. That's right, 6 of Wacky Next Door Neighbor, and guess what? In this episode, I'm someone else's wacky next door neighbor. I have moved. I changed my residences. I registered with the United States Parcel Service or Post Office or whatever it is, and I live in a different place than I used to. If you're not familiar with good old Lego My San Diego Daddy, I moved here when I moved back here in 2020, I lived in a place called Kearney Mesa, but then I had to move to a different neighborhood called Kearney Mesa. And after a year, the last place in Kearney Mesa, which in many of my videos you've heard the neighbors were too loud, Cora the Explorer had the transsexual sword fight for 4 hours standoff with the police. And it was time for me to go, and they would sick Verizon solicitors on you. So I left Kearney Mesa, and now I have a new apartment, which I like much more, right here in Kearney Mesa. So change is good. It's good to get away from Kearney Mesa and just chill out in Kearney Mesa for a little while. If you're not familiar, Kearney Mesa is actually Spanish for go straight on red. A lot of people don't know that. All right, Odie? You can also go straight on green, but you have to be texting. Okay. I'm in a new place. This is exciting. What? Hey, it's quieter. I can sleep peacefully. I can focus. I can think. I'm thinking clearly. I'm thinking. I filmed the wrestling part, timestamp in the subject, the title for when the wrestling part starts. This is morning. Last night I filmed the wrestling part. I'm wearing the same shirt. I'm a mess. I probably look better in the second half, but what are you going to do? Isn't that right, little man? You are the perfect little man. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I love my little guy. So you know what? I can tell you about the comedy, and I will. What's going on? Oh, you know what? On the Thursday of this week, 2/22, it's not only George Washington's birthday, the first president of the U.S. He hasn't celebrated anymore because he's dead. But it's mine. I turn 44 tomorrow at the time of filming. So how about that? I'm the big 4-4. And we're gonna give him what for, right, Odie? We're gonna take no guff and give him what for while we're busting our hump. And let me tell you something about the Bob Squad, Daddy. We never stop until we get tired, and then we take a break and maybe have a bottle of water and stretch, because we're in our 40s. That's right, Daddy. You don't have to be in your 40s to be in a Bob Squad. Maybe your state of mind is. You have a little tennis ball head. You have a little tennis ball shaped head, and I love you. Yes, you're the best. You're the best little man. I'm only half done packing and setting up the Tizoys, brother, setting up the toys. So, you know what? Screw it, let's take a walk. And you can't be a wacky next door neighbor without showing the people sort of where you live. Not really, no addresses, not gonna dox myself. I have a balcony. It's a specialized farting balcony. That's what it's there for. I guess you could hang out on it, but it's specifically for farting. And you're always greeted by doggies. You are always greeted by doggies. Usually Chloe greets you first, but I was only outside for a few seconds. That is a weight bench and some superpower. So let's see what I set up here. There's an old rug. There's some Gray Skull and Snake Mountain there. There's a tripod. I was filming on that moments ago. This looks familiar, no? And the last 2 days, I've been doing something different with the toy setup. Instead of a Transformers shelf and a G.I. Joe shelf, I've been doing a good guy shelf and a bad guy shelf. So you can see mostly good guys, Autobots, and G.I. Joes on your left. The Dinobots on the bottom there. And working on some bad guy shelf is still, we're working on it. You can see the season 1 Decepticons up top. Then we go down to season 2. I know the Insecticons debuted in episode 15 of season 1, but it needed more balance. And also you probably saw more in season 2 anyway, and some season 3 guys down there as well. And you can see the theme, except for the Dinobots because they're big. And there's Magnus in the back right corner and Hot Rod. And then you see some season 2 auto, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so now we know all of that. There's some weight benches where we get super jacked, buff, ripped, jacked and chiseled daddy. There's some superpowers. We're in a McFarlane. That's where the dogs drink their water to stay hydrated. There's a bunch of crap the apartment keeps sending my way. So I just moved in, guys, so bear with me here. It's messy. This is the whole workstation. This is the new SunBob workstation. I'm going to try to not display too much stuff on it like I used to. I used to have that whole left table, the white table on the left, just also have toys on it. But I have a lot of storage here, and I want to display less, so what I do display looks better. Working on a little He-Man. There's a little Jim Cornette, the greatest man on earth. So this is going to be an entirely He-Man based bookcase. Odie's drinking some water. We're going to watch this. Oh, he's done. He's going to drink the other water now. He's doing a great job. He's drinking all the water. I love that farting balcony. You got to be careful. There's no, it's not closed off between the balcony and the doorway, so you can't really let the dogs out on the balcony because they'll just leave. So I have to get a gate to do that. But it's still cold. The summer months are far away, so I'm not too worried about it. We'll fix that when we need to fix it. Oh, this is a Batmobile I got there. How about that? And I put a Spin Master guy in there. We're working on it. Plenty of storage. There's a bathroom. There's you can see I have my toilet, I urinate, defecate, and that. And there's a towel hanging up. I don't have a towel rack. And there's a part of a unicorn thing. And nice big bedroom. I got a lot of space. I don't use it, but I have a lot of space in here. So there's a Lego Batmobile. See, there's an entire light thing just for that. Internet connections. Nice big closet. It's Chloe's cubby. There's a Star Wars hallway thing on the dresser. And a bunch of other crap as well. So there we go. This is where I live. And we never stop rocking what's going on in comedy world. If you see this in time, on my birthday, February 22nd, La Jolla Comedy Store, 8 p.m., 916 Pearl Street. Chloe, come up. I know, but come up anyway. Come up. Okay. Very good. February 22nd, Comedy Store La Jolla, Best of San Diego, 8 p.m., 916 Pearl Street, do not park pavilion, call 858-454-9176 reservations. Table talk to a minimum, please, no heckling, silence, all cell phones. This Tuesday, February 27th, 7 p.m., a little early, in Santee in San Diego, East County, B&S Brewing Company. It's a free show. My man Jesse Egan is headlining. I will be on the program as well. Getting ready for good old dry bar comedy, filming in the middle of March in Utah. That thing you won't see for a while, but April 11th, Thursday, San Diego. What are you doing? Mic Drop Comedy Club. Bob is holding on. Who cares? We're not redoing it. Headlining the Gold Room, daddy. Claremont Mesa Boulevard, 8878 Claremont Mesa Boulevard. Mic Drop Comedy Club, daddy. The link is in the description. Go there. Get a Bob Squad shirt while you're at it. Bring it to the thing. Shirts are pretty cheap. Buy tickets for that. Get tickets off their website. There's an Eventbrite out there as well that exists, but you can use that. But get tickets from directly from the Mic Drop Comedy link, because it's going to be bananas. It's going to be off the hook, off the wall, off the chain, under the table, under the weather, under the radar. Rubbing elbows, greasing palms, schmoozing networking, movers, shakers, trendsetters, go-getters, gypsies, tramps, and thieves. Is that all I got? What else am I doing? I keep getting injured. My back hurts, my hip hurts. Who cares? I'm here now. Because I'll tell you something about the Bob Squad. It ain't what we do. It's what we don't do. What we don't do Hey, stop rocking. Rock and roll. It's the longest running thing on the TV and the cable, and the longest running ramps and the longest run times and the longest theme songs and the longest entrances and the shortest matches. It's WWE RAW. Hey, Bob Squad, thanks for joining me once again. We're talking about the Hulu edition, not limited enough to commercial interruptions, for Raw on February 19th, 2024. If you skip to this part, hey, I am in a new apartment. You can hear all about it at the beginning of Wacky Next Door Neighbor. Oh, I like to film the wrestling first because I can't talk to people. Isn't Odie? Is Odie in camera? Odie, come here. Come here. I see your paw. Get in camera. Get in camera. I don't think he's in. Okay, whatever. Let's talk about Raw Daddy. It was a pretty good one. It's the last Monday Night Raw leading up to the Elimination Chamber in the alleged city of Perth, Australia, which no one's heard of or no one's ever been to. So we'll find out if Perth is real, and perhaps the Monday Night Raw after will be called the After Perth. We don't know. But happy Perth Day to us this Saturday. If you're in the States, it airs at 5 a.m. Eastern Time, 2 a.m. Eastern Time on Saturday, which I love because if I just avoid media, I can wake up, watch it at my leisure, walk my dogs, and my dogs can urinate and defecate outside. I can skip entrances if I want to. I can replay something. It does lose a little bit of the live feel, and hey, it's not like I'm seeing WrestleMania on some kind of, not live playback or things. Like, I don't care about the Saudi shows at all. I skip through those. So I'm looking forward to that. And we are spoiled here in the States seeing everything live. So we opened the show. I love the opening of Raw for February 19th. Oh, let me go backwards a little bit. If I miss a SmackDown or I miss a Raw, don't bother looking for it. I'm not going to do it. I just look at the number of... I'll get to every one of these that I can. I take notes on all of them, and I think I report half of them. Right, Odie? Yes. High five. I love you very much. You're my special little man. You're my gentle little fellow. Yes, you are my little fellow. Yes, you are. I have no idea. I hope he's in camera. He's so cute. Okie dokie. We start off the show with dudes walking. Jey Uso is walking, and his shades are blue to match his trunks. He looks ridiculous. Maybe they're selling the shades now, the sunglasses. I don't know. But I guess this was in Anaheim, which is a few hours north of me. I did not go. But be that as it may. Also, the Judgment Day is also walking backstage. But no, I love this because they told us what the matches were as this was happening. They were hyping up the matches for those two superstars or groups of superstars. Judgment Day is having a thing. You need to know about it. It's an 8-man tag. And Jey Uso is in the main event. He's the main event Jey Uso, so that makes sense, isn't that right, Odie? And he is challenging Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. So they're giving it that, not a big fight feel, a bigger fight feel, a mini fight feel for your weekly television wrestling show, and I love it. And we start off with a main event. Cody Rhodes wrestles Drew McIntyre, and this was great. The crowd was hot. There was heat on a babyface. They did a figure 4 leg lock, reversed the pressure of the figure 4 spot, which is always kind of silly, but the figure 4 and the reversal of the figure 4 is getting a better reaction on Monday Night Raw than people landed on Jeff Hardy's head and knee first on other channels. So there you go. Well, the bloodline interferes, and I don't mind them. Normally, I wouldn't want to have the babyface challenger for WrestleMania pinned, but I mean, they gave him a million outs. Jimmy Uso interferes, Solo interferes with the thumb, just like last year, and of course, there's distractions everywhere. Drew McIntyre gets the win, so he doesn't get beat. And the people in the chamber, at least the men in the chamber, look as strong as humanly possible. We'll get into that later with the other side. And shortly after that, Cody Rhodes, he's coughing, he's having trouble talking because he took the thumb in the throat daddy. And Seth Rollins shows up and he just stares at him. He just stares at old Cody. And he says nothing. And it's basically him saying, Cody, well, you're going to follow me up on my offer to help you with this bloodline stuff? So I'm assuming that'll happen. I would imagine at one of these pay-per-views, if it's a Saudi Arabia or wherever. Where's Backlash? Is that in Europe somewhere? I'm assuming they'll do a Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody. That'll be a fun one night, you know, a fun one-off. Right? What do you think? Yeah. Okay. Pat McAfee on commentary says Cody has to always be looking over his shoulder for the bloodline, and he says, and I quote, Cody could be at the truck stop taking a dump, end quote, and then have to look out for the bloodline. And you see Michael Cole try to hold it together. The fun of this is watching someone who doesn't really need the job have fun with the job. I don't know if this is the appropriate political time for any poop jokes on WWE TV, but, you know, what's done is done. Speaking of the ladies, there's a women's battle royal with women in it. The winner of this has the 6th spot in the Elimination Chamber. So no Jade Cargill in the chamber. So they're holding off on her and taking their sweet time, doing what they got to do with her. She was on SmackDown this past week, teasing that she may sign with SmackDown, but probably will sign with Raw because they eventually said Braun Breaker was on SmackDown. So maybe she'll go to SmackDown. I don't know. I don't work there. A couple interesting things about this Women's Battle Royal. When they started doing the female Royal Rumble matches, we kind of knew there were going to be a lot of off-the-apron eliminations, because I always say the women could have all the first in the world, the first WrestleMania main event, the first Money in the Bank, the first Hell in a Cell, the first Elimination Chamber, etc., etc. But the ring is the same size. It's 20 by 20, and the ropes are, however, you know, they're 5 feet tall, whatever they are. So they always have to take more steps. Traditionally, most of them, almost all of them, have to take more steps to cross the ring, and probably have to get more tired. And the ropes are still at that height, so you're going to see less and less women getting tossed over the top rope than you will for, you know, with the men. So you're going to see a lot of, they get kind of hoisted over the rope, and then they're on the apron and they get kicked off. Or with that said, they overdid that same elimination a lot in this battle royal. Like, it was a lot. There's a few others that I know can go over the top rope. Mi Chin, Mia Yim, who I've never been too huge on, she did the wonderful take the clothesline backwards over the top rope. It was beautiful. I think the Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark, the story of this match, and it did have a story which was good, which got us through the match, frankly, was that those two were teaming up, and they were in there with the last babyface at the end. We'll get to that. Indy Hartwell, I don't dislike her. I'm trying to like her, and the connection's never quite there. But she did this thing. She's on the apron. You know, she just got hoisted over, so you know she's on the apron, so something's gonna happen. She's about to do like a springboard, but she takes the time to do the Shane McMahon jump off the cell, or like he invented the sign of the cross. She does the sign of the cross real quick, like good luck, or saying a little prayer like I'm gonna hit this move or whatever. And she does it and goes for the springboard, and she gets like 6 inches off the apron, hardest part of the ring, and someone knocks her right off. So basically, I've heard of burying the ref. She just buried Jesus or whatever in the middle of the match. Don't do that if you know you're going to get eliminated. You just buried one of the 3 major world religions. The Women's Battle Royal on WWE RAW. Raquel Rodriguez returned. She had left. Her outfit has a back now, and she's intense, and she made a bunch of eliminations, and she's in there with Zoe and Baszler, and she eliminates them as well. She wins. She is the 6th woman in the chamber. Very good. A bit of a nitpick. There were a few people she'd toss out. I think one of them was Valhalla. I keep missing the antlers, but I guess Michael Cole has been having fun with the antlers that she wears sometimes. But after every elimination, Raquel would yell at the person she just eliminated, like, "That's right, I'm going to the chamber." If you're in a battle royal, why would you take the time to yell at the person who you just threw away, who's no longer a threat to you? Especially because they just hit the mat. You're turning away so other people can throw you out. And she did it like every time. I'm like, why? Because I know they want people to talk during the matches. But maybe take a breath. I don't know. It wasn't for me. Maybe if it's someone who's sorry for the women, you know, for any of the talent, but who's lower on the card, can't you snatch him by the hair and go, "This is what you get for blah, 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 blah. Foom." But why would you shit talk when she'd lean over the top rope? Like, I kept thinking, like, oh, she's setting herself up to get tossed. Anyway, she wins. Congratulations. They did a great little finish. They did the old tease where Chelsea Green, and I did forget about her, which was good. That was the idea. Chelsea Green had hidden and was hiding away or under the ring or off to the behind the ring apron or hardest part of the ring, wherever she was hiding somewhere, and it looked like Raquel run, and Chelsea Green snuck up from behind her, and it is believable they would do that and have Chelsea get into the match that way. And it was just a mini tease, and Raquel reversed it and tossed her anyway. So, but it raised my eyebrows, and I went, "Oh, they're gonna, oh, okay," but still. So that was good. That was good. This was long, but that was a good finish. They made a Netflix announcement. They're going to Netflix. Congratulations. R-Truth is in Anaheim. He's wearing a poncho, and he did a fake sappy interview about his relationship with Judgment Day, and he thinks the DUI team or DX or whatever, which sets up the 8-man tag. Judgment Day, Priest, Finn, JD McDonough, who should say that JD stands for Judgment Day. Where is everyone sleeping on this? It's right in front of your face. And Dominic Mysterio versus R-Truth, The Miz, and the DUI team. Hang on, I think my salmon's ready. Okay. Odie, can you just hang on? Because I'm cooking some food. You just there. Okay. So you stay there. Now, Odie, you got to get in frame, buddy, because I got to check on my food. You stay. Okay, no, stay there. How's it going? What match are you on? Did you talk about the 8-man tag? Well, Damian Priest pinned R-Truth. Did you tell him that part? He did. That was that. I don't know, Odie, do you think that Damian Priest and R-Truth are just going to have a singles match in Mania? Because R-Truth is like, he's like the number 3 babyface right now. You know what I'm saying, buddy? Yeah, he is. No, he's the number 3 babyface is what I'm saying to you. Because it's like Cody, easily number 1, and Seth would be number 2. No offense to Seth. And LA Knight's super over too, but supposedly the R-Truth merch is going good. Do you care at all about any of this, Odie? No? Do you want me to take over? Do you have any thoughts on the 8-man tag? Like, what? Wasn't that very exciting of a match? Okay, I'm going to come back in. Alright, so anyway. We'll fix it in post. Yeah, we will. I love you. There was an 8-man tag. There were 8 men in it. The bad guys won. Becky Lynch has a new hat. So this is what I was talking about earlier with the chamber. Drew wins. He beats the main challenger at WrestleMania, which is Cody. So the guys going into the chamber are looking really strong and good. No, did LA Knight beat someone? Did LA Knight beat Solo this past week? I took notes on it. I'm not going to do a full report, but I think he did. We're going to find out. I don't know. I did a terrible job. Oh, they're in a different notebook. No, who cares? Anyway, let's say LA Knight will beat Solo. I don't know. I think so. So the men are winning matches. The men are winning important matches, and all 6 women who are in the chamber, including Raquel Rodriguez, in this segment, all 6 women bickered at each other without fighting until eventually they started brawling for whatever reason. Becky and Bianca literally looked at each other and shrugged. I'm jumping the gun here. But Nia Jax beat up everybody. You know? So Becky Lynch is entertaining and fun, and she's the one who can really talk. She's interrupted by Liv, who I wasn't blown away by on a microphone. Raquel Rodriguez said something also. And then the Tiffany Stratton one, she's new and she's fun. She's got some personality. She's got some sass. She's got some attitude, so I was cool with her. Is there another one? Becky, Tiffany, Raquel, Liv. Bianca does come out. Who would be the 6th one? I don't even know. Yeah, that's a good sign. That's a good sign. Anyway, Naomi from SmackDown. She's feeling the glow. She's all glowed up. There you go. Well, I glowed up in my mouth during this segment. And then Nia does this. So the three, they all pair off, the 6 of them, and then the Nia comes out and beats up everybody. I'm not going to go on to a long nepotism. She's The Rock's cousin thing. I don't really need to. What's the point? You get it. And you either agree with me or you don't on it. So it's just a little too obvious. But you want to build up the monster heel, so hopefully, and Rhea better beat her in Perth. Good God. No, Vince McMahon's gone, so we don't die in our hometowns anymore. But everyone in the chamber had to be sacrificed. Why couldn't Nia go beat up half the Battle Royal? No offense, Shayna Baszler is a great athlete, but they don't do anything with her. Shayna, Zoe, Indy Hartwell, Candice Gargamel, the colored hair one that she's Australian, Tegan Knox that Natalia's friends with, Natalia herself. That's 6 people right there. Those 6, Valhalla with the antlers, 7. They couldn't all. Chelsea Green, Piper Niven wasn't in it. I don't know why. Nia Jax couldn't go beat up 6 of them. She had to go bury the chamber match. It's half the main event. There's like 3 matches on a show. It's like the big 2 chambers, the Damian Priest and Finn with the tag, and something else. Is Gunther fight? No, Gunther just beat Jey Uso. I don't know. Probably a bunch of filler. So, not a fan. But I'm assuming Rhea will beat Nia with some power move that Nia doesn't go up for in Perth. That's what I'm calling it. Calling it now. Anyway, what happens after this? I didn't take any more notes. The main event was Jey Uso wrestling Gunther. Good match. No, I mean Jay's not the best opponent for Gunther. Jay's not quite as smooth, but Gunther's stuff shouldn't be smooth, and he shouldn't have perfectly smooth matches. His stuff should always look like a struggle. It's weird for me, as a former Samoan wrestling student, to see Samoans get the shit chopped out of them and make it look believable that they're getting killed with those chops. Eventually, there's interference. Jay's going to go for a finish. I think something off the top or whatever. And Jimmy Uso's back again, and I'm going to nitpick this in a second. Jimmy Uso has a hoodie, which he takes off in 5 seconds, so what's the point? He's ringing a bell furiously, but of course doesn't count. The referee does not count that. And he's smiling, he's got his tongue out, blah, 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 blah. It's a big distraction. Gunther goes for some move. I don't know, Jay goes for the splash anyway. Jay takes the knees from Gunther in the gut and just roll up 1, 2, 3. A little bit out of nowhere. Hang on a second, my salmon. Oh, fuck it. Anyway, the knees take out Gunther. The knees take out Jey Uso, and then Jimmy attacks Jay, gives him 2 splashes off the top. They go off the air. I guess off the air, Cody probably made the save because he was standing there, and Cody introduced CM Punk, and CM Punk said some nice stuff, and then okay, this is a clear Jay versus Jimmy Mania setup, which is fine. I hope that match isn't long, and it's not because I don't think it'll be good. I think it'll be best to they don't have to be that long. That could be a 7-8 minute match, bell to bell. It needs to look like a fight. It needs to look like a brawl. It doesn't need to look like whatever. And Jay should just get the pin on his brother. Easy. What's the problem? I don't know. I think WrestleMania the Bloodline should Doesn't have to disband and disappear forever, but it should be the disastrous weekend for the Bloodline. Will Solo have a match? I don't know. I think Solo doesn't need a match. He needs to be around for the main event, of course. Okay, that's Raw. I'm gonna eat some food. Lego My San Diego, April 11th. Mic Drop Comedy Club. The link is in the description. Buy some tickets. I saw a few move, which is very nice. Buy some tickets for that show. Bob is headlining in San Diego. Stand-up comedy, daddy. I will even tell a wrestling... yeah, I will. Yes, I will. There'll even be a wrestling story or two in there. Okay? I promise. San Diego, April 11th. I want to eat food. Thank you, Bob Squad. Promotional consideration paid for by the following.